Are we ready, gentlemen? Here we go. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Well, the door's unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. You'll find the place of rest in the arms of spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek and the hurt you're feeling. Spirit wants to hold you and to wipe the tears away. Well, the Father awaits with open arms. God is calling out your name. Come on in and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Well, there's room enough in the house of love for someone just like you. Come on in and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, just come on in and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Hey, yeah, yeah. Come on in and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, just come on in and welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, just come on in.
Good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you today. I'm Bev Spivey, serving here with my husband, Reverend Lawrence Palmer, who today is not getting 1 minute younger, and he's a minute older. Today is his birthday.
All right, so on three, let's say happy birthday, Lawrence. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Lawrence.
Oh,
We better sing.
Let's try that again.
yeah, okay.
Let's try that again. So we're going to say it, and then we'll sing it. How about that?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Lawrence.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lawrence. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Uh-oh. You gotta get up for this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Come on. Happy birthday, dear Lawrence. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lawrence. Happy Happy birthday!
Now we're going to do something today that Lawrence chose to do because, you know, as you get older, you want to keep stepping out, keep growing, keep taking risks. So although he has answered many, many questions in his 40-some years of ministry, he's never done it as a Sunday morning sermon lesson. So today, we invite your questions, something that might be relevant for the entire group. But you know, Unity believes in questioning. We don't give you a set of stuff and say, believe this. We say, what are your questions? Seek, and you will find. So you may have gotten a slip of paper when you came in, But our ushers are right here, willing to give you a slip of paper if you want to take a piece of paper. There's one with Bobby. Here's one over here with Betsy. And then I'll pick them up again. They will pick them up again during our announcement time. And then I will choose when he's up here ready to speak. Now, those of you that know me well know that I will choose the hardest questions I can. Nothing simple. Czechoslovakia. If you weren't here last week, you missed a joke. So we want to begin in this atmosphere of joy. It's so wonderful to gather as a spiritual community here. We want to remember that we always want to live beyond enough. That's our theme for this year. And during the month of July, we've been focusing on our power of power. And today we will finish that up, and then next month we'll move into something new. But for today, let's affirm this together. I acknowledge the gift of power within me, and I make right use of my ability to transform. And let's remember our vision statement together. Centered in God, we create an ever-expanding spiritual community of one. And we see ourselves in this mission statement. Together, we are a spiritual beacon of inspiration, abundance, and enlightenment. And let's begin with a brief prayer. As we begin this time of fellowship together, as we settle into our space, our seat, and we feel the energy around us being warm and welcoming, as we open our minds and our hearts this morning, we feel truly happy to be here, to share ourselves and to gain whatever insights may come our way today. For all of our many blessings, we are ever so grateful. And it is so. Amen. And this being our fifth Sunday, we want to remember how much we bless this church. This is a tradition that we started when we reopened its doors after abandonment in October 2010. It was very special to us, and for the first year we blessed every week. So won't you stand, please, and join me in our church blessing. This is God's house. May we who come here not only find out about God, but find God. May there be beauty in this place, but especially may it be a place where men and women become aware of the beauty in themselves. May this be a place of worship. May this be a place of instruction. May this be a place of singing. May this be a place of prayer. But for us who worship and take instruction and sing and pray, may this always be a place of inner stillness where we may listen and hear when God speaks. May whoever ministers here minister in love. May whoever teaches here teach truth. May whoever serves here serve pleasantly. May everyone come into this house in expectation and go with thanksgiving. And may anyone who comes needing help go feeling blessed. Oh, we're missing a few slides. The ending is that may we always remember everyone, even the least, as Jesus quoted in Scripture. And so we close this blessing by, let's just say together a good old-fashioned amen. Thank you, and now let's sing.
Everyone, please stand.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom. 'cause you delivered us. There ain't no stopping us. Heaven, there ain't no blocking us. Come on and clap your hands with us like this, like that. Come on. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. You're marvelous and you're glorious. Your love has made me victorious. You took away the fear in us. Now we praise you 'cause you delivered us. Hey, there ain't no stopping us. Heaven, there ain't no blocking us. Come on and clap your hands with us like this. Come on, like that. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns. He reigns. He reigns forever and ever. He reigns. He reigns. He reigns. Oh, forever and ever. He reigns. He reigns. Oh, he reigns forever and ever. He reigns. He reigns. He reigns forever and ever. He reigns. He reigns. Well, he reigns forever and ever. He reigns. He reigns. Oh, he reigns. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God.
Well, I'm sure everybody's awake now, right? If you're here with us for the very first time, we want to give you a special welcome. And we just ask that you courageously raise your hand so we can give you a welcome brochure. Is there anybody here that's with us for the first time? Welcome. We invite all you first-timers and everybody else to come to Fellowship Hall afterwards, where we get a chance to have some snacks and also socialize and get to know each other a little better. Prayer is really important here. We also invite you to take advantage of our prayer program. Unity uses a form of that is called affirmative prayer. If you're not familiar with that, it's good to be with one of our prayer chaplains after the service and just have a minute or two of hearing how that works. Our chapel is open. It's the first room on the right when you start into the Fellowship Hall. A half hour before the service, you can go in there for some private prayer. There will be a chaplain there in case you would like to pray with a chaplain. So please do take advantage of our prayer program here. There are also prayer slips in those folders that are now in the chair backs. You will find a blue prayer slip that you may fill out and put in the prayer chest. It's in the lobby area, narthex right now. It'll be brought forward during our prayer time. But you can even put it in the offering plate. But let us pray with you about your various concerns, even your joys. We would welcome that opportunity. Now this week, we have book club meeting, and wow, this book is good. We are reading A Change of Heart, which really has a wonderful storyline. I won't say any more than that. So come out Wednesday night in this room over here in the library, 7 o'clock. And then our reading for August is called The Namesake. So if you love reading and you want to keep that old tradition going of book clubs, we welcome you to come out. We have a really great discussion. It's led by John Spira, and we really enjoy our book club time together. We also have another 2 weeks of our Mystics class that I'm facilitating. Even if you haven't been to other ones, come on out for that. Come at 6:30 for some social time and our bountiful snacks. This is a prosperity course, and we start with food prosperity. So come on out. We start class at 7. We end at 9. We don't have any more books available, but some of you, if you want to order online, you can get this, even a used book, for quite inexpensively. It's called Even Mystics Have Bills to Pay by Reverend Jim Rosemergy. And yes, it is using all of our spiritual principles and tools that we use in prosperity courses, but I'm adding my own spin on that as well. And this week especially, we'll be dealing with some real practical ways to get yourself in the flow of prosperity. So come on out for our Tuesday night classes. Blessing bags have been filled again by our wonderful men's group. They are 2 for $5. They will be on sale here and in Fellowship Hall. These are little Ziploc bags that are stuffed with healthy snacks that you may give out to panhandlers and others who are asking for handouts. It's a good way to get some nourishing food into them. We have a sign up now for John Cleese is going to be at the Broward Center, and our events coordinator Judy has reserved a block of seats in balcony E, F, G, and H. We are asking that you go ahead and sign up. Because of the block, we have to give them a deposit and then some advance payment. Seats are $47. If you pay by cash or check, you may give a deposit on that of $20, but we need that deposit no later than next Sunday. If you'd like to pay by credit card, we can do that as well, since Joey and Judy have figured out how to do our new little gadget. What's it called? The tablet. iPay. Something like that. This is why I need to be surrounded with lots of volunteers, because I'm a little slow on the uptake of technology, but we're getting there. So you may pay by credit card. August is bringing us some wonderful fun events, starting with Crystal Bowl. Then we have Reiki Healing on the 22nd, and a game night and socializing on the 29th. This is to keep up our Tuesday evening energy. We love coming here midweek, and Tuesday nights are the place to come out into Fellowship Hall. So we have the Crystal Bowl actually meets in the sanctuary. So Tuesday, August 15th, this would be appropriate to invite any kind of friends who maybe they go to spiritual events and take yoga classes or enjoy retreats or meditation. This would be a wonderful event to bring them to. Edith leads a Crystal Bowl meditation, and it lasts about an hour. So we invite you to come out for that. And now we have a wonderful event coming up. For us, it will be our second time that we've done this. Last year, we had this group. Breath of Life is the name. Their lead soprano is Daniela Damari. You may have even heard her at the event we had in March, the One World Family, where she sang the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic, and we all had goosebumps running up and down our arms. So Daniela is going to be with the band Breath of Life on Friday night, September 8th at 7:30, and then we're going to have a wonderful reception following in Fellowship Hall. We have decided to put the tickets at $20 to make it affordable for everyone. But for us to afford the band, we're asking that you bring lots of friends, and let's fill up this room. Here's a snippet. That gives you an idea of her voice. They use that style of music, but they also have drums and other instruments that they play lots of a variety of all kinds of music. So please come out. I know you'll enjoy it. And now it's time to pass your questions for Lawrence to the aisle or raise your hand. Rita's going to pick them up, bring them to me, and during our lesson time, I will give him the questions. We'll take 2 or 3 of them, depending on time. But we encourage you to go ahead and use this opportunity to have our minister speak to them. Okay. Everybody turn them in. So let's all stand now and greet each other.
2, 3, 4, 1.
I will praise your name and I will bless you always. I will praise your name today. I am gonna sing and shout it. I will sing and shout it. I will tell the world about it. I will praise your name today. I made my decision, no turning back for me. All glory I'm giving, you're God of everything. I made my decision, no turning back for me. All glory I'm giving, you're God of everything. I will praise your name and I will bless you always. I will praise your name today. I am gonna sing and shout it. I will sing and shout it. I will tell the world about it. I will praise your name today. Your beauty unending, your grace has guided me. Oh heaven, oh glory, you're God of everything. Your beauty unending, your grace has guarded me. Oh heaven, oh glory, you're God of everything. I will praise your name and I will bless you always. I will praise your name today. I am gonna sing and shout it. I will sing and shout it. I will tell the world about it. I will praise your name today. Come on now, I will say I will. Hey, 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 I will. Hey, I will. I will.
Good morning, Unity of Pompano. Ding, ding, ding. I'm Mark Anderson. I'm going to be reading the Daily Word. Find your seat. I know everyone loves each other. It's a good thing. I am divinely inspired to create and live a full, abundant life. I am the author of my story. No matter what happens, I choose the meaning I give to events in my life. I see myself through divine perception as a spiritual victor and an overcomer and not a victim of life's circumstances. Inspired by Spirit, I discover deeper understanding and new gifts in myself as I move through challenges. No part of my story limits the adventure of this day. There's no mistakes, no wounds of the past that keep me from living fully now. I forgive myself and others the errors that occur when we fall short of being our best selves. We are all doing the best we can in this moment. I am free to love, to laugh, and to fully live the abundant life I am divinely inspired to create. The scripture is John 10:10. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Thank you.
Right now, we'd like to begin a time of prayer and meditation by singing together, "Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place."
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel this mighty power in this grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
I invite you now to settle into that very comfortable and familiar position for your body. But I invite you this morning to do something a little bit different. As you anticipate entering into the experience of meditation, invite Spirit to bring to you something new. If you're accustomed to being in complete silence within your heart, be open to another kind of presence that might be a sound or words, music. And if you're accustomed to all of that happening during meditation, I invite you to be open to silence and stillness. Whatever is usual, I invite you to set it aside and invite the unusual. And give yourself into the care of Spirit and experience the depth of this experience. Know the breadth of Spirit's presence. Know the height of communion. We are anticipated, we are welcomed into the stillness. We are embraced, we are enfolded in that pure presence of Spirit. And all is well. So let's enter in now to stillness, knowing this great truth of who and what we are. Knowing that we are in the presence of pure Spirit. We are pure Spirit. And in this time, we experience this personal communion with Spirit. And whatever that means to you, may it be real to you now as we are still together. So now as you prepare to move your awareness to your body, to this time, to this place, you know that even an instant during which your awareness is immersed in that deep of your heart, that healing and transformation take place. And you know that you can bring back into your body, your mind, your heart, the essence of this experience. And anytime you choose in this coming week to return to this time of communion, you can simply take a deep breath and recall the essence that you hold. And once again, you will be blessed. So with a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity of being together in this wonderful way, I invite you to take a deep, slow breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. When you're ready, open your eyes and we will sing together, Alleluia.
I've been trying to open the door to the secret of my destiny, and every new road I think is the one seems to lead right back to me. I've looked for a way to be wiser, a way to be strong. Now I see the answer was hiding in me all along. And I'm ready to fly over the sun like a rocket to heaven. And I'm ready to soar right through the sky. Never dreamed I'd find something to lift me so high. I've always had wings, but I wasn't ready to fly. Restless and hopeless and misunderstood, like so many others I know. So busy trying to hold on when I should be letting go. I was given the gift to find it, the spirit inside me. But I never really imagined all I could be. And I'm ready to fly over the sun like a to heaven, and I'm ready to soar right through the sky. Never dreamed I'd find something to lift me so high. Well, I've always had wings, but I wasn't ready to fly. Answer to all of my wonder was right in my hands. Now it's time for me to discover all that I am. I'm ready to fly over the sun like a rocket to heaven, and I'm ready to soar right through the sky. Never dreamed I'd find something to lift me so high. I've always had wings, but I wasn't ready to fly. Oh, I've always had wings, but I wasn't ready to fly. Now I'm ready to fly.
That's Samantha Natalie.
Team, my goodness, wow. Well, I don't know yet what I'm going to preach about, do I?
It was really a different morning, and on the ride to church, he's like, I don't know what to be thinking about. I'm thrilled there were so many questions. Thank you, all of you. And know that I just picked out some that, well, we had quite a few on a certain subject that I won't say yet because I want to surprise him. But I picked out some that I thought would hit a few of you in your questioning mind. But just know that we will keep them and we'll try to address them in future sermons, and we will certainly do this again because we try to be helpful here. So, there were quite a few questions on the topic of forgiveness. Mm-hmm. How does forgiveness release us from the past and give us power to create in our life?
This reminds me of a story. There was a minister in church in Michigan in the middle of winter, and he got up one Sunday and tendered his resignation. And after church, one lady came up and said, "Oh, Pastor, we're so sorry that you're going to be leaving. I'm so sorry you're going to be leaving." And he said, "Well, don't worry." He said, "Perhaps Spirit will bring somebody here who's even better than me." And she said, "Yeah, that's what they told us when the other guy left." That reminds me of another one I'll give you another time. I think forgiveness is all messed up in our head. I think we go about doing it is backwards because we think forgiveness is about somebody else. You think about forgiveness being out there. Let's take both sides of the issue. There's somebody who wants you to forgive them. How do you forgive somebody? They've done something that hurt you. They did something that wronged you. And let's just say it was real. It wasn't imagined. You didn't blow it out of proportion. It was a real injury to you, emotionally, however. And they want you to forgive them. How do you go about doing that? The picture we have in our mind is us being the benevolent, loving, wonderful, good person saying, "Oh, I forgive you for your horrible thing that you did to me." And then everything's going to be all right. They go away because they've been forgiven and you forgave them. Ain't going to happen. That is not what forgiveness is all about. Forgiveness is never about another person. Forgiveness is always about you. You are the one who carries around the hurt. And it might have been it's reasonable that you felt hurt, certainly, because people do terrible things to other people. And they may have lied about you. They may have stabbed you in the back. They may have done something horrible to you. But it's still about you. It's not about them. So when it comes down to forgiveness, there's nothing you can do to change the fact that they did what they did. So far, we haven't learned to go back in time and redo things and make them not have happened. It happened, and you cannot change that. So if we think forgiveness is about saying, oh, well, that's okay that you did that, you can never do that. But it's about us being able to say, I'm going to let go of this hurt. I acknowledge the hurt. I feel it legitimately. I have felt angry. I felt betrayed. I felt rage, all kinds of things. And I'm going to let go of that. Not for the person's benefit who injured you, but for your benefit. Not for theirs. You can't do a thing for them. Let's say someone comes to you and they're really, truly, truly sorry. And I've been in that place myself where I've done something, said something that hurt someone, and I have gone and said, I am so truly, truly sorry for what happened. And somebody says that to you. You can't do anything to change that for them either. On both sides of this issue, when you are forgiving someone else and when you're expecting to be forgiven, it's still the individual's responsibility. For you to forgive someone means I'm going to let go of this hurt. I'm not going to carry this around anymore. I can't make it right. I can't change it, but there it is. And I'm going to release it. Now, this is another place where we get hung up. We talk about forgive and forget. As if I hurt you, I come to you, I say, forgive me, you say, I forgive you, and then it's moonlight and roses again. There are people who have hurt me that I have forgiven, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. I don't hate them. I don't want something bad to happen to them, but I don't want them in my life. And that's okay. I've let go of it. I don't walk around saying, oh, I don't want them in my life. I don't want them in my life. That's not letting go of them. But I've released what happened and said, I'm not going to carry this around. And there's not going to be another opportunity for this to happen either. Now, don't do that for everybody. There are times when you can patch things up and you can forgive one another and be friends and be close again. That certainly can happen. But there are times when it is perfectly all right not to let another person back into your life again. That's me speaking. That's not in the Bible anywhere. It should be, though. So do you get the idea about forgiveness being about you? When you are forgiving someone, it's about you letting go of whatever it was that happened and not carry it around with you. And on the other side of the coin, if you want to be forgiven by somebody else, it doesn't matter what they do until you forgive yourself. Until you're able to let go of what you did, what you said. They can do anything that they care to do and it won't change anything. So once again, forgiveness is about you. When you are the offending party, it's about you being able to say, I did that and I regret it. And here's the key in answering whether you have forgiven yourself or not, is would you do it again? When you deliberately hurt someone and you realize how horrible it was and you know that you would never, ever do that again. There are some things in my life where I know I will never do that again. Never, ever, ever. That to me is a sign that we have forgiven ourselves, that we have truly let go of it. Now, this brings up something else. My MC is motioning to me here.
Well, just to add, how does this then give us power?
Okay. Anything you're carrying around that somebody did to you takes power to hold on to it. Now, if we were in a classroom setting, I would demonstrate this and have you stand up and pick up a chair and hold it on each side of you. Chair doesn't weigh very much, does it? What happens after 5 minutes? What happens after 10 minutes? What happens after, even holding your arm up like this? After about 15 minutes, it starts this and you get really tired. It takes energy to keep your arms up. It's nothing hard to do, but over time, it saps your energy. And so is it with carrying things around that you haven't forgiven. It takes energy to hold on to those things. It takes energy to keep them fresh. And it takes energy to hold things that you've done to other people and punish yourself. That saps energy as well. So we're burning up all kinds of energy that you could be using for spiritual growth and for joy and for celebration. We're burning that energy up by holding on to these things that need to be released. Now, one other thing right quick, and this could be a whole another
Right
topic by
quick.
itself.
I got a handful here.
Okay, we're not going to do this every Sunday, right? How many of you ever heard or used let go and let God? Okay? How many of you has it worked for? Yeah, it works most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't. So I think there's a third piece to that thing of let go and let God, and that is to let be. Let go means I'm going to give up trying to change this thing. I can't do it. So I'm going to release any more effort to change this situation that's in front of me. I let go, and then I say, I let God. I'm going to trust God to take care of it. If anybody can change it, God can change it. So it's God's problem now. I let go and let God. And sometimes that takes care of it, right? What do you do when it doesn't? There's the third step where we say, let go, let God, and let be. God's time is not our time. And if you are really able truly to say, okay, God is going to take care of this problem, God may not do it till next Thursday. And I want it done now. That's where let be comes into play. Let it be. It's not reconciled. It hasn't changed. I've released it. It's God's responsibility. And now I'm going to let it be. And ever how long it takes to change it, ever how long it takes for something to show up, that's the way it's going to be. And that can happen with forgiveness, is being let it be. You may forgive someone and they don't change at all. Let it be. Someone may forgive you and the situation doesn't change. Let it be. Let go, let God, let be. So forgiveness is about you. Regardless of which end of the situation you're on, it's about you. Forgiving yourself for carrying this stuff around, forgiving yourself for doing whatever it is that you did. It's in your hands and not in somebody else's. So whether somebody else forgives you or not, you forgive yourself and you let it be. Okay.
All right, one more. There are many good things, because you said give it to God, but clean that up, because listen to this. There are many good things that happen in life, but what about the bad things? Why does God let thousands, even millions of people die, but no one completely learns? Because throughout all of history, people kill innocent people, and people commit violent, hurtful acts and crimes toward one another. Why does this all happen?
Okay. All right. Dealing with this question goes to the very heart of who we see God as being and what this life is really all about. If we make God a glorified human being and we make the afterlife from here just a glorified this life, then that's one way to look at it, and we can't answer this question. It doesn't make sense. It's unreasonable. And that to me is where mystery comes in. We don't know what is outside those doors right there. You may go outside the door and right now your car has a flat on it, but you don't do it right now. You may have a little bitty fender bender on the way home. You don't know that right now. You may go to a restaurant and order your food and it has a fly in it. You don't know that right now. So there's so much that we don't know outside those doors, and that is a mystery about life that we don't know. Now, it is important to ask these questions, and I believe for a long time now that very often it is more important to ask the question than to get the answer. Because often the question we ask leads to another question, which somewhere may have an answer. But these questions are important, as frustrating as they are. Why is it that horrible things happen in our world? There was a book written by Rabbi Kushner called, and a lot of people misquote the title of this book. Many people say it's Why Bad Things Happen to Good People. The title of the book is When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's a different question altogether. So what happens when bad things happen to good people? How do you handle it? How do you deal with it? That's one question in and of itself. And there again, we go back to what our image is of God. There is a permissive will of God. That God being the creator and having put this place here, that God allows things to develop as they will. Human beings have the choice of being good human beings or being bad human beings. We have the choice of being kind to one another or hurting one another. We have that choice. And sometimes we make the choices that result in what we call bad things. And for some reason, God has allowed that to happen for a while. Now, usually, when someone holds this viewpoint, they also hold that there's going to be a reckoning. And that's one way of coping with the fact that bad things are happening, is at some point, it's all going to come due. At some point, the good people are going to be rewarded and the bad people are going to be punished, and everything's going to be fine, which goes back to our idea of what forgiveness is all about. So there's a whole system that goes with however you think. And one of the things about Unity is we hope to help you find what your own system is. Because if I believe that God created this world, gave us all the power that we have, and then turned us loose and said, I'll see you in a couple of thousand years, that sets up a whole system of how you relate to God. If God is going to be this punisher somewhere down the road, that sets up your relationship with God. Now, there's another way to look at this situation that is not commonly spoken about. And it's a hard, I'm hesitant to bring it up in this context because I know some people are new on the path and haven't thought about a lot of these questions, but here it is. Here's the opportunity. So, if we really believe in oneness, and that's what we say, you hear that all the time around Unity. One. Oneness, wholeness. We talk about that a lot, but if that's really, really, really true, and you press that, as far as it will go, it means one. It means there's no power of good and power of evil. There is only one power. And that power is manifested in many different ways. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble here. What if, I'll qualify it that way. What if, and the clock is moving, I see it, honey. Yeah. What if the reason this is here and everything is here is because the Creator wanted experience? See, singularity does not hold experience. You have to have duality to have experience. Put hot and cold together, and what do you have? Yeah. But it's one. You don't have hot, you don't have cold. You have one, all right? Right and left, up and down, dark and light. What if you do away with that duality? You have simply oneness. And to me, there's a sense in which that would have to be a little bit boring. You think about us getting bored? Think about the great divine mind, the source of all things, with nothing to do. So what if this world was created for the Creator to have experience here? To have experience, I can't believe I'm saying this up here. To have the experience of goodness and to have the experience of badness. Now remember, we're talking about systems here. We had one system where God was the Creator and gave everybody free will, and at some point He's going to punish the bad people and rescue the good people. Well, this is another system that's different from that. Don't blend the two together. What if God is the Creator and everything that exists within the being of the Creator, and everything that happens is an experience that the Creator has? And at some point, everything, it's like God exhaled and everything that is came into being. At some point, God will inhale and bring it all back, and then God will exhale again, and God will inhale again. And what if all of that experience is for the sake of enriching and expanding the being of the Creator? If you study astronomy, you know that the whole universe is expanding, it's moving, it's not just sitting still. Something's going on there. And what if the being of the Creator is not yet finished? And what's happening here is we are adding to the quality, the experience of the Creator. And what we call, in our humanness, what we call bad is experience for the Creator. Now I know that on one end you think, oh my God, I don't want to know a God like that. But remember, we're looking at this from a human perspective. We can't see everything, and some of the things that we call horrible aren't really horrible. Imagine if you brought somebody from a deep, dark jungle who'd never seen civilization at all, and you put them outside of an operating room, and they watched somebody having open heart surgery. Would they say, oh, how wonderful, look what we can do? Oh, they see a human being sliced open, blood everywhere. It would be horrible for them because of their perception. And what if our perception, even at its highest point in being human, is incomplete, and we haven't seen that completeness yet? Now, does that mean we should just sit back and say, oh, well, bad things are happening. Somebody got murdered, and, somebody robbed a bank. That's okay. That's just part of it all. No, I don't think so. I think we are given a sense about what it means to live a fulfilled, appropriate human life. And do I think we should do away with laws and let anybody kill anybody that they want to? No, I do not think so. I think we should have laws. And when human beings choose to kill each other, I think they should be prosecuted and put in jail. I think that is appropriate for us to do. But at the same time, I can see a bigger picture that all of our human experience is being played out through these things. So what it comes down to is that, can we really make a mistake? Can we really do something that is ultimately wrong? Now that's the kind of questions you ask in this system over here. Remember, we've got at least one other system over here that you can place yourself if you choose to. But all these things are ways to try to understand what we can't understand. Bev was mentioning, and I'll finish up with this one, honey. Mentioning about the Bible, I don't know whether they got any questions about the Bible this time or not. But the Bible shows us humankind's attempt over thousands of years to understand what can't be understood. I had a conversation with a fundamentalist friend one time, and the problem I had with my fundamentalist friends is I would listen to them, but they wouldn't listen to me. I could have a conversation with them about what they believe. They could not have a conversation with me about what I believe. And I said, do you think you understand the mind of God completely, totally? Well, no. I said, well, what if there are other things about God that I'm seeing that you haven't seen yet? What about that? Oh, well, it ended the conversation right there. How can we comprehend everything that there is to be comprehended about the mind of the Creator? We can't. So we do the best we can. We put together systems that work for us. And the Bible shows us many different attempts to understand the God. First of all, He was a God of war. And if you offered sacrifices, God was on your side and you got to kill everybody in the name of God. And the judges came along, the prophets came along, and mercy entered, justice entered the picture. And God became a God of justice, not a God of war and bloodthirstiness. And then Jesus came along and talked about love, 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 love. And then Jesus was gone and Christianity developed and New Thought came along and we started talking about oneness. Now the God that New Thought people talk about is the same God that the Old Testament people talked about. What happened? Did God change? No. Our understanding of God changed. And the way we perceived God changed to make it work for us. So any system that we have, and I hope this will give you some acceptance of other ways of approaching spirituality and religion, those folks are just trying to find a way that works for them everyday life. A way to get through it. In unity, we do that by talking about oneness and connection. So you find that way, your perception of God, that allows you to look at the world and say, this is how I fit into the world. This is the way I perceive the world to be, and this is how I'm going to fit into the world and make it work for you. And fortunately enough, there are enough people who think enough alike that we can get together like this. And we can call ourselves unity, and we can call ourselves community, call ourselves family. But it works on an individual level. How you perceive God is how you are going to relate to God, is how you're going to live. We have all the questions that you wrote, and I will get all of them now, and you'll see those dealt with in the future. Thank you so much for being willing to participate.
Sunday sessions is always the second Sunday of the month, so if you left here today with more questions than you started, come to Sunday sessions and pick his brain a little more and put him on the hot seat once again. That'll be in a couple weeks. We also want to encourage you to come out Tuesday nights or give us a call and make an appointment, come in, talk anytime. Right now, though, our ushers are ready to come forward and take our offering. We are dependent on your gifts, and we also welcome our live streamers today. I hope you've been tuning in and enjoying our service and feeling uplifted. There is a donate button on the website that any of you can use anytime. We also appreciate those of you who have set up bill pay or some regular form of giving through PayPal. And all of that just keeps our budget operational here, and we thank you so very much. In the folders in the chair backs are these green offering prayer slips that you may take with you if you want to memorize our offering prayer. You can also use that as your proxy gift today if you've already sent in your tithe or your offering. Please hold this in your hand and feel your energy go into our offering plate and blessing us today. So let's bless our offering prayer together. With a grateful heart, I acknowledge God as source of all that is. Today I declare good for myself and all others. Good is mine. Good and more good is mine. And ever increasing good is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it, I experience it, I freely give it, and it multiplies itself around me. And so it is. Amen.
So we know everybody in this room is going to know this next song. So feel free to sing along. Okay? Okay? All right.
You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with a broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Do as I say, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. And what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I guess it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel always getting a grease. Better to shower better if you only will. Sing. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. You see in every life, they say the rain must fall like a pouring rain. Let it rain. Let it rain. Love, 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 sunshine. Said let it rain. Love, 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 sunshine. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Let it rain. People you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Said let it rain. People you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will.
All right, are we ready to shower the people we love with love? Let's shower a few other people too. Don't keep it just to the ones you love. Put your love on out there. So this is our 5th Sunday, and children and teachers meet with us in the sanctuary during the Sunday service. So next Sunday we'll be back to children's ministry again, but this is a good family day. So let's all stand now as we close. Our chaplains are in position to be available for prayer with you. Cynthia and Dina are over here. Sandra is finding a spot. Linda and Dee are on this side, ready to have some positive affirmative prayer with you. So let's close together with our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony.
bless you, everyone. Have a great week.
Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling on me. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling. Beauty is falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling on me. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive your grace. Oh Lord, I will dance forevermore. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive your grace. Oh Lord, I will dance forevermore. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive your grace. Oh Lord, I will dance forevermore. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive your grace. Oh Lord, I will dance forevermore. 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 Thank you.